we say, oh, that's it. Oh, it's so beautiful. Angelo. Oh, that's turning my hair down. I love that. Just keep that going.
Angelo Badalamenti.
Angelo Badalamenti.
Tudo mole. Isso mesmo, isso. Simples, 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 simples. Simples, 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 simples. David Lynch. It's a January 25, so reading last day is January, Friday, January 2025. 2025, and David, Mr. Lynch, can you hear me from the ear? And if you can believe it, Tiffany, once again, eating nipples. cloudy, white cloudy sky, and atmosphere in general, and yes, and it also seems at the moment it's early afternoon, practically 13, 14, and 15, 16 at Fahrenheit, 16 Celsius, and this means it's really cold, like in this period, this fucking cold, it's a classic adjective to use for the interpreted first reports of years ago. Better say, most 4 years ago, considering summer, fact created this channel on Jan 17, 2020, for the winter years, I think you can say, still can say 3 years ago, as perhaps someone know, remember, I think Boris, perhaps, or as perhaps someone don't remember, I think Boris, I suppose he did, I'm not sure, whereas the other remember these things for the same. But also at the same time, it's a good pose that people should watch ideas, it's better. I know, perhaps a paradox or you, but not for me, that didn't know it's doing anti collaboration, so we saw spring you the design for color spring you, so it's adjective, so for example, adjective, so it's universe, also this is pratically it's not a negative, for me, or something così, una figura, assolutamente incomplete, or better, it's good. Because obviously we enter in the winter, particularly the last 3 weeks, it's really cold. At it seems like some middle, not 2 points, but middle, I follow it some years, and these 2 points are inspired by, in fact, this middle, or more from middle, is a sharp red, and these 2 points are the Polish house, not written, where little clothing as possible, but anche these 2 points are always some years to fare cold, for this I feel it as another people, so with this aspect, also another aspect, to consist practically in the crisi in general, in fact, parte from last year, se non penso che winter, allora first part of winter, like this episode, consiglio of finance because I try to find a goal to reach the points and the in general for me the temple is good. You can see also the condition, situation, the things in general are good, and not forse per più referenze sensations, cioè also me utilizzo from relative sure I think of not good. Per esempio tengo per cold showers, perché poi general people do the showers erano this is pensando still in matter atmosphere, I think I can say the same thing that is just before the it's not only bad, but we do bad, just this in fact can be that I'm feeling it's a Friday once again, as you know, as every Friday, first of all, I should have heard of this. Both fantastic, electric, both red and blue razor, rispettivamente forte and red and fourth razors. In all the story, we know the reports, and yes, practically, I believe that until a few months ago, this aggression instead, the red and the third aggression instead, it was in a battery problem, so since that moment, it's still going once again. However, I saw since that moment I'm using both, practically most of the bad with the fruit, is the new, and another part then generally the last 10-15 minutes with the third. So it's not like this, obviously it's the new, but it's always good also the third, and generally this thing for me is good. Repeat rispettively the third and the fourth razor. Also with the reports, and for this it's my fourth channel, and in general for this it's my fourth channel, Nikolaj with the report Lynch, and sometimes consider me sto saccando per bridge, it's my couple channel, so you know, poi cosa ti ponte, so you know, ma ci mettere music, che siamo sto espresso, lo so, boff, riesci per get. Ieri non finché è 3 parti, repeat this just before, 16 fine, 16 at l'importating atmosphere, senza anticipare. Questo before being easy. Yes, there is a curtain, as soon as I'm repeating it sometime in general, there is a curtain, should is almost perfect, but I suppose if I can doesn't repeat, pratica this totally white cloudy, and considering the trend, considering of this days, considering things I read, considering my sensations, later I think will become more cloudy. Also that will name if at the moment this I think is a remote possibility, but as doesn't obviously solamente ogni scienza results insieme a così, and if it's a clear second scheme. Let's do the clear. Bad, well at the moment. Bad maximum sono little minute. So this we dico winner you curtain strumento di tutto che sono diverse fac is a new in code it's a written code because it's also the logo per vita senza morire vede sicuramente senza morire diverse and also is view per invece sul sia piani so per me always better is sentire iniziato anzi funziona già iniziato la sigla del cresciuto was bendito not visible so always general visible and better visible and sentire for me also iniziato anzi also si chiede anzi funziona già iniziato. And finally, from a mediocre keyboard and GX 714 APG 625. Also in this case, this mirror generation. Yeah, questi molti people follow the channel di parte e se la critica to era. Also to my brother, my sister. Also myself and trust was kids. And finally, I hope you will get breakfast. Today it's late January. For my house, I think my late also for my house, but I see late for my house, but the will put it at 5 from Jacob. Reaction December 1993. It was a sudden fucking breakfast at Fintan and soon later. We started with Fintan, but I remember at Fintan and part remember today as if it was yesterday, and articles weeks ago. But one anniversary for December 1993. So as I think that record is record, December 1993. I repeat, close ricordi record, late, I repeat, there are just rolling quota, 13 and 50. But really important thing that should remember that in some way, also today, fortunately, so I'm young. And as we always say, like if I say so, some of the most things left in the world, absolutely. And if you know, this is the new. Another new mythical shot, quindi sada new mythical biscuit, sada my favorite radical disease the brown breakfast, particular recommended by Italian series, fantastic. So as in this milk to this new shot, not only you can see the coffee in it, but obviously at also the Nesquik chocolate, the fact that you can notice so when you shot or for the other shot, another fragment video. Vabbè, Nikolaj's breakfast is always a bomb, in particular this one. Vabbè, I repeat, we recommend Italian Italian series, they are superb. Adesso tomorrow I suppose if I don't die, but no, tomorrow to the lap and while see.